Welcome, students. Here we go. We're going to start the commercial project. So at the end of the day, you're going to have something that looks like this. It'll be awesome, but yours will look better than mine, naturally. So if you're doing this project, you should have some already background in Revit. You're probably in my Architecture 2 class, so this first part's going to be pretty basic, but you're welcome to watch. Or you can use the book. Either way, I'm just giving you guys some alternatives. So here we go. Start up, go to the application menu. Same thing as all the other programs. We're going to go new. But this time, we're going to go to just the default. And you guys are usually used to looking at all these. You're usually used to using residential. We're going to go default this time. So go ahead and open that up as a new project. So the slate is now clean. All right. So I'm on page 3-2. I opened it up and I am going to go to the exterior walls. So I click walls and I click on the brick on CMU. At the top of page 3-4, you'll see is a drawing of the measurements that you should be using, hopefully. So we've chosen our walls. We need to change at the top of your screen, you see where it says line lock. That's going to be finished face exterior. Okay, base level's 1. Obviously, there's no basement in this since it's a commercial building. The unconnected height should be 36 feet, so just type 36 and press enter. As you see, it also changes it up at the top here too. So those are some basic settings. More settings. All right. On the properties, edit type, click that. You're going to click edit on your project browser and then the preview button. What this will do is take into a little bit of a preview of what's inside your wall. So you have brick, you have air. Yeah, I know that sounds silly, but you have to have some buffer in between. You have an insulation, damper-proof, concrete, metal furrings, and gypsum wall, which is also known as drywall. That's pretty thick drywall, just for the record. So I'm on 3-5. It's just showing you a preview. And we are going to rename this wall. The book wants us to make a new one, but that seems to be a total waste of time, so we're going to do it my way, which is usually easier. Okay, so we're going to go back into our original screen here, and we're going to make a duplicate of this. And we're going to call this brick, and it'll help if I can find the and sign, CMU cavity wall. Press OK. Okay, so you have a new wall. Now we're going to edit this wall, because you have to do that first, otherwise if you go back it makes a mess. Alright, so to make changes, your thickness is going to be 4 inches. Make sure you do the inch symbol. Thermal layer air will be 2 inches, inch symbol. The rigid will be 2. Damping 0. This concrete will be 8. The metal furrings will be 2.5. You can do 2.5 instead of 2.5. Make your life easier. Drywall stays the same. If you ever had to switch these things around, you would just select them and go up and down, but that's entirely up to you. Okay. Press OK. Press OK. You are now officially ready to start your drawing. So I'm going to flip back to this page here and draw all this stuff out. The reason why I did this is I don't feel like going back and changing things twice. So I'm going to stop. I'm going to start at the top right hand side or top left hand side and just type 140. Don't worry about these things that are in your way. We'll deal with those later. Alright, down 18 feet 8 inches to the right 9 feet 4 inches. This is going to be your stairwell if you didn't know what that is. 22 inches. I'm going to go in. Actually, I'll just line it up so I don't have to type anything in because I'm lazy. down 19.4 over 54. That goes down 18 feet. To the right, 32 feet. Up to where those walls line up. Make these two walls line up. Go up. I'm just going to use my line locks here. So up 19.4, out 9.4. Yes, this building's symmetrical. I probably could have gotten away with the mirror, but I didn't do it. If you're zoomed out, you can use the line locks. Save yourself a little bit of time. Okay, measurements. You will need measurements on here. Here's a quick way of doing this. You will see there are these little temporary measurements. If you want to, if you click these dots, it will allow you to toggle it, and then if I click this little temporary dimension, it becomes permanent, which is kind of a cool feature. But unfortunately it locked those two in, so maybe that's not so good. Alright, click on Annotate tab, and I'm going to go to Linear Dimension, and what I'm going to do here, a line dimension, so I can measure it out. I want to click Faces, and I'm just going to click here, click on each of your walls, and drag this up. Click End Docket, and you should see how you have your measurements laid out. So please dimension it before you move on at all. That way you have your measurements set. You don't need to double dimension it, so I don't need anything down here. It's just stuff you don't have represented yet. So in other words, you must represent. Sorry, that was a bad joke. Okay, if you have that, you should be good to go. So double check with the book, and you have that part done now. Okay, next thing, if you click on the walls, you should see the double arrows on the outside. If not, you're going to have to flip them, which will affect your measurements. Remember, if you need to change your measurement, it is as simple as just clicking on a wall. It will activate your measurements, ignore the temporary ones, and you make changes to whatever it is you want to. Control Z to undo. The next step is we need to see some details. So if you go to the bottom here, where you have your detail list, you want to change this to medium. This will allow you to see a bit more detail in your walls, as you can see. Okay, this is what you should have so far. Next, we're going to do some changes to your drawing. I know it makes you so excited. We are going to change these front walls to what's known as a curtain wall. Alright, so here we go. We're going to select these three walls right here. If you end up choosing a measurement, just scroll down in your properties and pick walls. That will deselect whatever you don't want. You're going to change this to a curtain wall 1. And you will receive an error like this because you have measurements in there. Just press OK and you'll be fine. Don't worry about it. Okay, that is the end of this section, the end of 3-2. So I am going to move forward with 3-3. Advise saving this before we move on, just so you have it. Okay, we're going to make some interior walls. I am on page 3-11, if you're following the video. If not, I hope you're having any luck with the book. The book's not a hard read. Okay, click Architecture if you're not there. Click Wall. We're going to choose the 4 7/8 and 1 hour. Don't ask what the 1 hour means because I can't answer it. Okay, you're going to draw two walls. One goes here, and one goes here-ish. We're just kind of ballparking these right now. Alright, now we're going to use the Align tool. So if you click on the wall or go Modify, you can get there either way. You click the Align tool. Okay, we're going to line up with the edge of this wall. So you want to click this one first, and then the inside of this wall, and it should bank it over. Very simple command to use. I have no idea what this one... I have no idea what that meant. Okay, so now your walls are lined up with your walls. So that was easy. Okay, I'm going to briefly skip around in the book a little bit because this next instruction is kind of confusing. Okay, we're going to do, I'm on page 3-12, I'm on number 9. I'm going to skip 6, 7, and 8 until the next page, and you'll see why here in a moment. So I'm going to click on the Annotate tab. You see what says Detail? I'm going to go Detail Line. You'll get this new menu up. I mainly want this line right here. Okay, we're going to find the midpoint of this, and we're going to draw up a line that is 35 feet. Okay. Okay. Now I realize what that 6, 7, 8 was for. Okay. We need to go to Architecture and Wall, and we're going to go to your basic wall. This is the basic masonry 8-inch wall. Okay. We need to click Edit or Modify and Edit, and then change the thickness to 8 inches. So a minor change on that one. The book says a duplicate and name it, so I might as well. Generic 8-inch masonry. Okay, well I have two of the same size, but I won't be using that one again. Okay. On your next page over, you see a cube here that's 7 feet 4 inches by 6'10". We need to make it. I'm going to go right to left this time so I can just use the inside measurements. Unless you want to do it the hard way, I do it my way. So down 6 space 10 over to the right and up. Okay, let's dimension this. The book has a dimension on the inside. 7, 4, 6, 10. You got that? You're good. Okay, we need to move this to the peak of this line right here. So we're going to go to Modify and Move. So you select your box, you press Enter, it'll look for some sort of a snap point, move it down there, and this is an elevator shaft. I am going to move these measurements outside now just so I can get them out of my way, because soon we're going to put in an elevator. Okay, next we're going to attach this wall down. I just gripped it and I moved it down. Then hit the Split Element tool. I'm going to split it here and split it here so it's one completely separate wall. Okay? Okay, click on the wall now. Click Edit Type. We're going to make a duplicate of this because we're just going to want to copy it so we don't have to remake the wheel here. Assume you don't want to remake the wheel here. We are going to name this one, and it's on page 3-15 if you're following along. Brick and CMU cavity wall, no GWB. That would be gypsum board. Alright, so you're going to click Edit, turn to page 3-16, and we're going to have to remove a whole bunch of this. Alright, so the gypsum wall, I guess, is staying, and my bad on that one. So if you click 1 on the arrow, delete, 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 and delete this one there. I'm going to have an 8-inch here, 2.5, 5.5, press OK, press OK. Alright, it did jump, which is fine. We're just going to do an Align tool real quick. Align the outside of this with this. Uh-oh, that moved too. I'm just going to realign that, and there we go, it's fixed. If you're worried about it, lock it in. If it doesn't look right, maybe we can do trim extend. Nope. You can move it up a little bit. There we go. And now it's matched up. Okay? Alright, we're going to move this over here. Then that'll be the end of this video because I'm almost out of time. So I'm going to just click the mirror tool. I'm going to click on this wall. Press Enter. I'm going to click on this line here. You see it pops over there. Press Enter. You're done. Alright. Just check it out. Save it. Make sure it all looks okay. If you're happy with the way it looks, save your work. This portion's done, and we'll see you on the last part of 3-17. Alright, bye.